4 brick houses, it's 3. 2 duplexes, and a nice ranch for $3,000. But you know what? You can do that and get hurt too. Now let me explain. And this was different projects we work on in class. Let's talk about the Wayne County auction and opportunities. This room, this building we're sitting in, we bought it during the auction. Anybody can guess what I paid for this building at the auction?
The whole building?
Go ahead. The whole building. It's a condo. It's 4 units. This in the mezzanine is unit 2. The basement is 1. So I did buy them separately, but say all 4 condos. What do you think I paid? They still come the closest.
This building, $215.
$215. Anybody else? How much? $2,000. $10,000. Yes? $25,000. $500,000. $40,000. See, you already know. That's Jason back there. You know everything already. $42,000. How's that? $42,000. $42,000. I originally bought it with some partners, and they ran it, and they gave it back to me with loads of taxes on it, utilities. I said, well, what is this? So I didn't want to buy it. I said, I'm going to buy it back at the auction. We paid $2.5 million in 1999. You understand? Right now, you can buy properties for $500. There's going to be 20,000 properties auctioned off. And in order for you to participate, you got to bring something to the table. I call them the 5 Fs. The 5 Fs. Terry, I want you to keep me on track. Did I miss something? No. Because I'll keep talking because I love you. I'm about ready to start teaching right now. You understand what I mean? And I'm going to give you something hard. I'm going to give you something. I just didn't bring you here just to promote you coming to the class or engaging in the book. And I definitely want you to. Some of you have already been to the auction. How many of you have already paid the $2,500 or $10,000 required? Okay, we got one person's already paid. It takes, if you want to buy a house for $700, you got to put up $2,500. Now, if you want to buy 2 houses, say, for $1,500, you know how much money you got to put up? Anybody know? $10,000 to bid. Well, that's very encouraging. You understand? What are they trying to do? Discourage us? Who got the money? You understand? You know, I mean, this is really something. And before I get into the 5 Fs, you know, this city is on fire. It's turned around like you won't believe. I mean, it's absolutely on fire. And you got to realize that Midtown, downtown, Courtown, in an area like that is so much on fire. Consider this. It is what you call hyper-growth. Midtown rents are higher than downtown Birmingham. It's the highest rents in the whole city. It's $2 a foot to rent. Guess what? If you was going to build a brand new building in West Bloomfield, what the rent would be, brand new with garages and everything, guess what the rent would be a foot? $1.20. $1.25. In other words, Midtown is the most expensive rents there are. These are people whose grandparents lived in Detroit. And, you know, we kind of skipped a generation. But by definition, they're coming back, and we knew it a long time ago. And guess what? There's no power that can stop them. You see, psychologically, we've been beat up. How many of you would, right now, say your house is underwater? Can I see your hands? Most of you think, but somebody's house ain't underwater? Hell, whose house ain't underwater? Some of you just didn't raise your hand. But most Detroiters, a house underwater by definition because they haven't come back yet. Now, if you bought in the last 3 or 4 years, yeah, because you bought cheap. But look, the buyers that are now, their house ain't underwater, and they ain't underwater, and they don't have brain damage. They're coming back strong. They're buying, we said 15 by 2015. Well, we got to 15,000 people by 2015. Now it is 50,000. And if you don't buy your house, don't worry if you don't buy the house across the street. It's going to be gone. They will buy it. Others will buy it. No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Because look at the value increase is going to happen. And certainly it's going to come back. But our devaluation now is psychological. It's not physical. You cannot go on Multilist and buy a house for $75,000 now. You know why you can't do it? Because it's not available. If What is supposed to rule is supply and demand. We found that out in high school. Supply and demand. If you have a big demand and a small supply, prices go up, and that's exactly what we have. But what is ironic is we got this huge supply of real estate that needs a few $1,000s in it. And then all of a sudden, it can be put on the market. You can buy a property all day for a few $1,000s and put some sweat equity and money into it and bring it up on MLS and sell it. I mean, doesn't this make sense what I'm telling you? Does anybody doubt me? You go on a house and you've got every house on the street is occupied and there's one house. Let's board it up. Good house, nice roof, windows. Everybody else is full. Why wouldn't you, if you put that house back in service, why wouldn't that house sell for $70,000, $60,000, $70,000? Of course it would sell for $60,000, $70,000. Well, then there's another question. Well, why the hell hasn't it been done? I mean, in our neighborhood, we got lawyers, doctors, school teachers, city workers, mechanics, managers, and we're sleeping right through the greatest recession of our life. And what are you going to tell your grandkids? That you slept through it? I'm sorry about hollering at y'all. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I holler on TV too. Because I'm personally upset about it, if you want to know the truth. You're going to sleep through the greatest recession of our life. You're going to look right now, all of our businesses, 80% of it is owned by somebody else. You're going to let them come in and take the real estate too? Where you live? Let's go to these fives. Let me calm down. Please forgive me for hollering at you. It's early in the morning, hell, it's an afternoon. You say, you have to holler at us, Mr. Strather? Let me calm down. But I am upset about it. Now listen, you know, last year we put a bid in on 6,000 parcels, right? So what kind of deal was the mayor? Because you know, the city's parcels. They wanted my hands off. They said you have to put up 50 million. Give us back the 500 top